Today, I want to talk about a hiring mistake that costs companies time, money, and momentum. And I see this happen a lot. I spoke with a candidate who had just completed 6 rounds of interviews for an opportunity he never truly wanted to begin with. And here's the thing, he was transparent the entire time about what he actually wanted and what he didn't want. He was interested in the company, but not that particular role. And he even shared this with the first conversation with the internal recruiter. And he was encouraged to just go ahead and have a conversation with the hiring manager. But then one conversation turned into 6 interviews. Now, let's break this down. This is a misaligned candidate, a great candidate, but not fitting with this particular role. So let's look at how much time the company actually spent and what it maybe cost them throughout this process. Now, 6 hours or 6 interviews rather for a candidate is maybe going to cost them about 6 hours. But for the leadership team, the hiring team, it's going to cost a lot more than 6 hours because managers are preparing before the interview. They're reshifting their focus after the interview. They're taking time to coordinate and debrief with the other interviewers. They're entering notes into the applicant tracking system, reviewing resumes. So a 1 hour interview could actually end up taking 2 to 3 hours of shifted focus time away from the hiring manager's leadership duties. And then if you look at, okay, 2 to 3 hours per interview, and then there's 6 rounds of interviews, this could end up costing the leadership team around 30 hours for a misaligned candidate. And then what about the cost breakdown for the company? If you look at what a leader is probably making per hour, let's say anywhere between $100 and $200 per hour, and then you multiply that over many hours wasted or invested rather with a candidate who's not aligned for that opportunity, you can easily see how companies can lose not only a lot of hours, but also hundreds of thousands of dollars in the interview process, sometimes for a misaligned candidate. And this is why I always start the interview process with a candidate with one question. What does the candidate truly want? And does this role match? Can we offer what the candidate wants here in this role? And if not, I don't present the candidate, period. And this is how you save hiring managers stress and bandwidth, and you save time in the interview process and ultimately save companies hundreds of thousands of dollars over time that they could potentially lose with candidates that are misaligned. My name's Amy Miller, and I work with leadership teams to help them make lasting hires with less stress. If you'd like to learn more about my coaching and or workshops, the links are in the description.